There are so many tips that I would give to beginner knitters, starting from cliche to more technical. So let's first get into the more cliche. Excuse me, I'm in my painting clothes because I'm actively painting this frame pink. So this is what we're getting. Okay, my number one tip that we all need to hear now and again and really hold space for is find what sparks that joy, that creativity, that sense of desire in you. Like if you look at a pattern and you're like, oh my God, I need to learn how to knit because I need that pattern in my life. Hold on to that. Don't let go of that. Chase that. That will power you through learning some of the more technical parts of knitting and keep you from being discouraged from learning. Moving along in the cliche category, I would say let yourself make mistakes because you're going to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. It's a learning process. Let me show you my first sweater. There are mistakes, but it was so much fun to knit. I was so proud of myself. It encouraged me to keep on learning how to knit. And a year later, I knit the halibut sweater, which was my first colorwork sweater. I knit this in 2021, and I have mistakes, all right? My short row is on the shoulder, and my increases are lumpy and bumpy. But I had so much fun and became totally inspired and love colorwork so much. So now I'm knitting colorwork sweaters like this, where my increases are nice, my short row is where the short row should be, and my tension, she's gorgeous. It's just practice makes perfect. Let yourself make mistakes. Getting into some more practical tips, I would say, number one, check out Ravelry.com and make yourself an account if you don't already. There are so many patterns on that website. It is built for pattern sharing and for people to talk about patterns and share their projects and talk about yarn and share their stashes. And there are a lot of forums and a lot of users and a lot of advice on that website. Okay, next I would say that comparison is the thief of joy, okay? Because there are people such as myself who post online about really expensive yarns, and I have invested in very expensive needle sets, but that's where I want to spend my money, and it makes me feel good to explode my budget for this hobby. That doesn't mean that you have to do that, and that doesn't mean that you have to spend a buttload of money to have beautiful knit garments or just knit objects. I highly recommend visiting yarnsub.com if you want to check out yarns that could be substituted for a recommended yarn in a pattern. I recommend going to knitpicks.com, hobby yarns, there's Drops yarns, Cascade is a good affordable brand. So don't feel like you have to spend a bunch of money. Please don't feel like that. If there is a question that you have or advice that you need that I just didn't get to, this was too generic, you're like, bleh, you need something more specific, ask away in the comments because I will answer. It is my goal to have the entire world fall in love with fiber arts. I know I'm not alone and that there will be people in the comments answering questions too. What do we think?